Hey everybody, it's Scotty from Scotty's Record Shop with my first artist profile for 2014. Why is that so hard to say? I don't know. In a recent video that I did for my buddy Joe, me, Mr. Mail, I threatened to do a Barry Manilow artist profile. I think it was a threat. Some of you it may have been. This is not a Barry Manilow artist profile. Kind of totally in the opposite direction. That Barry Manilow artist profile will come though. Don't worry, if you're waiting for it, it's going to come. This is actually going to be a fairly short one, as long as I keep the comments down. A lot of these are this is a very common group that I love still. But anyway, let's get, obviously by the header you can tell that we're talking about Van Halen. I have quite a few bootlegs. Unfortunately, I mean, it's kind of stupid to hold up a CDR with no cover, because a lot of mine don't have covers on them. Years and years ago, I was really into trading those things with people, and I didn't get too many with covers, but I got a ton of live stuff from Van Halen and some of the Gene Simmons demos, and what's the one, That's All Folks, right? The double disc with all that awesome Warner Brothers demos, you know, the US Festival, US Festival, however you want to say it, a lot of different stuff like that. But I'm showing you the LPs, the commonly, you know, known available LPs. Not going to get into the 90s stuff. Got that stuff on CD, you know, For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge, that is hard to say, and Balance and the live album, you know, stuff like that. Well, those are CDs. I'm dealing strictly with vinyl here, so let's just deal with it, okay? A couple of them that I showed not too long ago is a recent upgrade vinyl finds. Actually, vinyl people gave me. Van Halen's first record, 1978, on Warner Brothers. I think my favorite Van Halen albums, there was a discussion on the Facebook page. Somebody had said VH1. I think it was VH1 or Fair Warning, I think it was. And I almost put VH1. Fair Warning is a great record too, but there's your inner sleeve. And the cool thing about this, like I said when I first got it, is it's on this Warner Brothers label, that mid-70s label. My other copy that I bought like in '79 when it came out, but when I actually, after Van Halen 2, my original kind of really beat up badly copy is actually on the white or tan Warner Brothers label. This one that I'm going to show you now, actually. Van Halen 2, 1979. To be honest with you, this is the Van Halen album that I first heard about them. I didn't really know much about them. They came up to me, and I think they were touring with like Black Sabbath or something for the first album. Some friends of mine went. It was an amazing show. If it was, from what I understand, they completely annihilated Black Sabbath. Although I was not at the show, but I'm sure at that point in time Ozzy was really drugged out and everything. Anyway, this is the label I was talking about. My first pressing of the first album was on this label. So it's a little tougher to find the original label, not super hard on Van Halen 1. This is Van Halen 2, though. Talking about two albums at the same time. Am I confusing you? I hope not. This is a great album alongside the first LP. Okay. Women and Children First. Now we're getting into some of them that I still... This is an original purchase back in '80. So the cover's a little beat. Vinyl's in good shape. This is the sleeve that it came in. Plastic. Kind of inner sleeve. None of these that I can remember ever had posters with them. I don't believe. I'm trying to think. Wait a minute. There's one of them. Anyway. Okay. I'm holding this upright. No, I wasn't. Okay. Fair Warning. 1981. This is a great album. I'll show you the inner sleeve real quick. Great picture of the boys. And all that hair. Are we in the 80s here? Can you tell? Yeah. And nothing custom about this label. You're basic. We don't get custom labels from Van Halen for a while. A great album from them, though. Next one we get. This wasn't one of my favorites. Not that this is a bad album, but this was kind of like when this first came out, Diver Down first came out, I was kind of like, okay. I mean, it's grown on me, and it's by no means a bad album. I don't want people to go, oh, well, we won't get this because Scotty said so, or something stupid like that. But I mean, it's David Lee Roth era Van Halen. Another great picture of the boys and some concert footage. And again on the same Warner Brothers label. I'm not going to bother wasting your time by showing it. Get it back in there properly though. Next one we get. This cover always bugged me. I don't know if it's not that I'm a Boy Scout. I mean, back at this point in time, I was quite the hellraiser myself in high school. But this always bugged me. Bad Company tried the same trick with one of their albums as well, and it's kind of like, guys, you know, just whatever. Some people don't like this album as much, 1984, because here's where the synthesizers started coming in, keyboards. I still dug it, you know. Here's your sleeve, again on the same Warner Brothers label. Last LP, at that point in time, with Diamond Dave. A lot of friends of mine from high school went on a road trip to see Van Halen in Worcester, Mass. They were actually, they had the band Autograph open for them on this particular tour, at least that leg of the tour, and boy, they came back with some stories, I'll tell you. I really wished I would have went to that one. Okay, we'd have to wait a few more years because there was some lineup changes. They switched out David Lee Roth. You know all this stuff anyway, don't you? They got Sammy Hagar, you know. We get this one. And I'll be honest with you, when I first heard this, I was very disappointed. There's a lot of stuff on here now that has completely grown on me. And I can appreciate this album. But at first, I really felt like they had sold out. Big time. They'd just gone too far with the keyboard. But you know, like I said, this has grown on me. And I think that this was still your Warner Brothers label right here. Actually, I remember hearing the song, the first single off this. I remember it being issued, and our local radio station in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, where I was living at the time, had played it, and it was the same day that the Challenger blew up in 86, and living in New Hampshire at that time, everybody was like devastated because of Krista McCullough, and we actually watched it live, and it was really upsetting. And right after that, I'm like, oh crap, I can't watch any more of this. I can't watch it. It was very upsetting. So I put it on our local rock radio station at the time, and they're like, and now here's the new song from Van Halen. And I was like, at the time it was like doubly disappointing. It's like, okay, we just watched, you know, poor school teacher and a bunch of other poor people die in this shuttle that blew up, and now I have to listen to Van Halen going commercial. At the time, that's how I felt. Like I said, that album has grown on me big time. Okay, one more. Again, this was from that lot that was given to me. You can tell by this little sticker, but hey, this is in great shape, so I'm not going to say anything. Got it on CD too. This is the last album. Of course, for Unlawful Carnal Knowledge, I know like LJ, I seen LJ got a copy of it. A few of you guys got copies of it, and I wouldn't mind finding it on vinyl. And this is the first custom label. I wonder who we are praising in this. But anyway, wow. But that, and you know, Balance is available. I saw it on Gem for $80. No, thank you. I'll just take the CD of that. But anyway, that's the Van Halen collection that I have, at least on vinyl, with the straightforward commercial stuff. And with that, I guess I'll leave it with the way I usually do. Until next time, everybody, peace and love.